Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. This week in Horizon 5 we have recently been given the chance to unlock the 2023 Porsche 911 GT3 R. This is available on the festival playlist during winter or week 3 of the Horizon track day. If you want it, all you have to do is complete 20 points on the festival playlist and it'll be yours to drive around. So today we will be taking a look and seeing how it handles across Apex, Wilds and Baja, and seeing if it's generally a good addition to Horizon 5. For the first test, let's take it here to a Horizon Apex. This is on the Horizon Badlands map, by the way, and see how it compares against the other competition in the class of extreme track toys. I do like to see occasionally them adding these track cars to Horizon 5. To me it's rather okay, it's a nice unique thing done as long as it's not oversaturated, as I quite often find driving these track toys around after long periods of time I do tend to get a little bit bored of them and find myself going back to the rallying. Excuse my bad driving there, but other than that it drives reasonably well and I am quite happy with how it takes these corners. It is definitely to me a fairly decent car in competition when it comes to Horizon Apex. So that is, to me, is a really good thing to see, as it is not overly overpowered and it's also underpowered enough to make things a little bit more competitive. It will be interesting, oops, let's get these guys out of my way. It will be interesting to see how it actually copes on dirt racing, on the off-road trails and rallying. As I do feel that most of the time these track cars don't often have all of the off-roading parts available to them. So why don't we head off to an outpost and see what we have that we can use and make it competitive for some rally racing. Now we've arrived at a Horizon outpost, let's start off with some tyres. What options do we have and what options do we not have? By the looks of it, we've got the Horizon semi-slick race tyres and the Hot Wheels, but we want the off-road tyre compound. It doesn't appear that we've got the off-road race tyre compound available, so I'll have to make do with these. In the meantime, I'll make them as wide as possible. And also, why don't we throw on some wider track, increase the track width. Off-roading suspension would also be another good thing to put on this car as well, and we do have that option available. Thankfully, this would have been horrible doing it with normal race track grade springs on here, and followed by, what do we have here? Just restrictor plates. That seems to be another go-to thing they put on these race cars as well, so we'll take that out and see how well it goes. But also it has no body kit options, unfortunately. Now we've arrived at a Horizon Wilds event. Let's take it off-road in some rally racing to see how it handles, and I do have a feeling it's going to have a lot of trouble in the rear with traction. I don't think I will go and put some off-road upgrade parts for it for the Horizon Baja. We'll just take it as it is for that as well, because there's really no point going and then preparing it for the off-road Baja when this is basically all we can do. Unless you want to convert it to all-wheel drive, which I would probably recommend doing that if you intend to use it off-roading. You can't go wrong with an all-wheel drive system. So far in a straight line it seems fairly okay, until you get to the corners. It's kind of, it is a little bit slippery in the rear. I did think it would be, but I didn't think it would be this bad. Maybe I'm accelerating a little bit too harshly, or I'm not sure. After all, it is a lot of power that has been put at the rear wheels. and just gently glide it around here. The Formula Drift BMW. Could be having just as much fun as I am, trying to keep that under control. Try it out on the landing. It doesn't seem too happy with a landing, but other than that, it seems to be reasonably okay. Like I said, though, as long as you just kind of ease off the accelerating around the corners, it should be okay. Now, why don't we head off into a Horizon Baja and just see how it handles across the Horizon Baja. Heading off into Horizon Baja now. Like I did say, there was no point doing some upgrades for the Baja as they were very limited to what we could do. But we're taking it as is. This one goes down the side of the caldera. I do believe this route is also used for the I can't remember what it's called exactly, but it's like the big long Horizon Baja event that takes you out into the farmland, basically across half the map. Anyway, we appear to have reached the top speed of roughly around 300. It's our mate in his Formula Drift car up ahead there. The thing about Bajas, roughly on the straights, you're reasonably okay. It handles very similar to how it did in the Horizon Wilds, except I can take the corners a lot faster as the Baja is more forgiving when it comes to wide turns. But the downside is the water. Like landing down here, you often end up in the water as well, and it quite often slows you down. So to me it does seem entirely possible to build this kind of for Horizon Baja and also be quite competitive as well. Maybe I took that a little too fast, but it doesn't matter, right? Just go across the dry riverbed. How it's driving in the Horizon Baja, I am definitely going to say that I'm more than happy with this car being added to Horizon 5, as it did surprise me, as I thought it wouldn't be as good as it is. And now that brings us to the end of this week's Horizon 5 video, where I took a look at the 2023 Porsche 911 GT3 R added to Horizon 5 during the Horizon Track Day update. To me, this car is well worth the time unlocking, as it is competitive across all three Apex, Wilds and Baja, and it doesn't really seem to suffer too much issues going off-roading. If this type of thing interests you, where I take a look at the Horizon cars added throughout the festival playlist for the remaining lifetime of Horizon 5, feel free to leave a like to the video and subscribe to the channel for more Horizon 5 content, and thanks for watching.